Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, it's only me, Wushu Richard, okay, Richard Clark. Most of you will know by now that I practice a number of different martial arts, okay, and before we begin this video, I'm going to try and get the camera straight, you know what I'm saying? Oh, good, yo, good. Yeah, basically I want to say hello, give a quick shout out to a couple of people, okay, I want to say hi to Dwayne, okay, Dimsley, okay, Chuck, Bill, okay, all you guys, Dan, Jason, Bo, Uncle Cal if you're watching, okay, just anyone who's out there, Max, okay, all you guys that have been supporting me for all this time, okay. I mean, I don't have so many friends online, but I mean, the people that have been with me for all this time, I value and I respect you, okay. In this video, we're going to look at some more martial art techniques, but what we're doing, okay, is I'm not talking about any fighting concepts in this video. Rather, I'm talking about just relaxing, bringing it back to the self, with Tai Chi kind of essence. But don't get confused and bored with what I'm about to say, okay? I'm not going to take you through an exact Tai Chi form, you know, and all this, do the Tai Chi form. I'm not going to do that, because I don't even do that a lot now. I don't practice that myself. What I do, okay, my training is, you know, I do a lot of different styles, but I just do basic exercises and keep you know, healthy and fit. I practice a lot of Kung Fu, as you know, mostly different systems, okay? I practice Wing Chun Kung Fu mainly, and a bit of Tai Chi. But the Tai Chi I do now, the Tai Chi, okay, Tai Chi is like I've come to the point now where there's no show. It's not about show you. It's become more and more difficult for me to show martial arts in a showy way, because true martial arts, the more you study it, you're studying yourself and the feeling, and it ultimately just the expression of how you feel. When I say the expression of how you feel, I don't mean your mind and, oh, I feel happy today, I'm going to express this, or I feel that I'm going to kick your ass, so I'm going to go into an kind of expression. I don't mean that. I mean expression of feeling. I mean by that, when you're leaning off balance, what will happen, you'll start to take the right step, right, or turn your step, put your hand out. Your body is naturally expressive. It goes to that position where you're not falling off balance, right? So same when someone's grabbing onto you or whatever. So in a fighting situation, you'd express yourself in a natural way, rather than being like a machine, mechanical, and then getting yourself knocked the fuck out. So what I'm trying to say, okay, you know, when I'm saying that, like when I'm walking down the street and stuff, in a health point of view, because my Tai Chi now, my balance, because I train a lot of like balance work and root work in my workouts, you know. So when I'm like fluid in myself, you know, flowing in my movements, and when I'm flexible as possible, I try to do good stretching, good root work for my legs, my upper body, my lower body, you know, and my balance, obviously, when I'm doing like different exercises and things, you know, I'll be working my balance and feeding my centre. Ultimately, you don't want to put yourself off the centre in a fighting situation too. For example, you know, when you're in a stance, for example, you don't want to be like with your legs crossed up off balance. You want to have like space, support, balance. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to be like leaning over to punch, putting yourself off balance. You know. You want to make sure you're brought back to the self. See, when you're bringing it in, you sunk down. You bring it in. When you punch it, you bring it in as you're punching out. You know. You don't want to be leaning over, like, you know what I'm saying. But you don't want to be like pulling a punch. But they talk about in martial arts bringing the whole ground together, you know, and all that, and bringing it all in, so it's like you're using the world around you, the concrete which you're standing on, to actually deliver the moves, you know. And that concept can be kind of hard for a lot of people, even well-experienced martial artists, and even like me too. I feel it can be hard, but the thing is, right, is the more you think about it, it becomes hard. The more you think how to do something, sometimes you have to study in the training, but there's things in martial arts, there's golden things that come to you. They just come to you naturally. And you start to feel what it is. You start to feel, you know, when you're like standing off balance, you start to feel that your ass needs to be in there. You can feel the angle of how to get your balance down. I think that. So, me, a moment ago, I was just come back from work, okay, guys. I was walking up the staircase, you know, and this is what it's like, you know, for me now on a daily basis. When I'm outside going to work, I will just literally feel, I don't mean I exaggerate in public, you know, I try not to make a show up of it, but it's like, I can feel this energy all around me, like Tai Chi, like Shaolin Kung Fu, you can feel it all in you there, so you can feel this kind of exercise, you can feel the line. Even when you're not doing martial arts, even when you're not doing the moves, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of feel when you're taking a step in here or coiling up, so I can feel this line here, or the up and the down, you know what I'm saying? I can feel there, I might be here, I might be in whatever stance it might be. When I'm like taking my shoes off, for example, in the front, you might think I'm crazy, but I like try not to hold on to anything. I just stand on one leg and tie my shoes on, take my shoes off, things like that. Just practicing my balance any time I can. Whenever there's a time that I lose my balance, or like you're standing on a bus, like I said before, it could be anything. Like when you're off the balance, you start to feel, you know, to reach out for things like grabbing. It's like you're calling out for help. But rather than that, you feel it. You know, you don't. You just concentrate back to the root. The power in your foot, the angle up to your knee, up to your waist, sinking down to your back. So this kind of training is deep, you know. So when someone's coming on, holding on, how do you grab onto that? You know, when someone's trying to push you, how do you absorb that in? Strike, you know, bam. So I'm working out with the Wing Chun, all that. You throw them off or deflect that, you know, putting your foot in the right place. So martial arts is teaching you the control of yourself, how to block and go in, you know. So when you're just learning self-balance, you know, it's as though you're standing in water, basically. Hold on one second. It's as though I'm not going to go to get water. Hold on one second, I'm going to get some tissue for my nose. Got a bogey, dude. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Unplug that shit. Unblock that motherfucker. So, yeah, you know what I mean though? It's like you're just feeling as though you're in water, so it's like, when I'm walking around, it's not like I'm putting on a show, like martial arts, yeah, no. It's just like, I'm walking around, I can feel the line. When I'm walking, literally walking anywhere, I could be walking, for example, I'll walk around this room, in a circle, and I'll be walking anywhere, you know, I'll just start to feel like I'm walking to work or whatever, I'll start to feel, after walking for a while, you'll be in a circle, like in Barbara, they walk around a tree, but if you're in a rooted stance, for example, you know, but it's like, you'll be walking up and down steps. When you're walking up the steps, for example, you don't want to put all your weight on the back leg or fall back down the stairs or put too much weight on that. You feel the balance and bring your centre together, not lean over. So each and every step that you're stepping on, your body's totally in balance, not too front, back, left, right, you see what I'm saying? So I know it sounds really pretty difficult now, anyway, so stepping back. So working with the Tai Chi and what I see. So what I'm saying is, you see, you're just feeling the line. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying to you here. So here, that kind of a wasted angle, it should be like, just falling in, see? So you're just falling into place like water, you're just falling wherever the imbalance is, you're letting that pass. On the inside here, so you pass me here. What we used to think about here. I know a lot of people are watching this now thinking, ah shit, you know, what the fuck is he talking about? But I know exactly what I'm saying to you, see? We're thinking here. So when I'm walking about outside in the street, I'm not doing that. I'm doing all this, moving on the street, no. But what I'm saying is, you can kind of feel it when you're walking around outside or going anywhere, standing there. There comes a point where you don't start doing anything. You just feel the energy around you. Okay, just feel it. There. From the top of my head to my ass, when I'm standing there, just thinking, I can just feel almost, you know what I'm saying? You see people doing this kind of exercise, they're breathing in and breathing out, you know, breathing up. So I've got a kind of blocked nose here, I'm just trying to say that, you know. You know, feeling this energy within you and the chi just feeling. Rather than thinking, even when I'm talking to you now, closing my eyes. So you're just feeling, it's just basic Tai Chi moves, but I do some Wing Chun as I say, but it's like, the Tai Chi I feel is really good. So I'm not just doing that, I'm not flowing my hands like a fucking pansy. What I'm doing, okay, I'm doing this, okay, I'm feeling the energy of the lines all around me, see? Feeling the angle of the line, energy between my fingers, imagining, regardless of if it's real or not, I'm not trying to say magical chi and all this, I'm feeling up, literally feeling the blood and molecules in my spine here, up here, you know what I'm saying, through my legs, through my thighs. Imagining I'm just controlling all this energy, like this water around me, just this is nothing basically, it's just trying to feel the energy to like come in water, I can feel my own balance, you know, like space and time, you know, the universe and that, in balance so that whenever I'm in a situation, if I'm going to be attacked, well, you know, I can block or whatever it might be, you know what I'm saying, and this teaches you a lot about yourself, focusing, harmony, totally relaxed. And then what happens is you start not exaggerating, you just start being normal, energy around me now. I can know when I'm off a balance in a certain situation, and you start to know yourself better. And that sounds really kind of so deep and what the fuck am I talking about, so mystical. But I'm being really realistic here. Wing Chun here, concepts, type shape. But what I'm trying to say is, you just feel that angle, you feel every, see, feel that angle, see, with the line here, see. Just feeling every single line, see, of your steps. Could be circles, see, ball, not leaning over, like, see, feeling it up top, bottom, see, and this kind of thing. I can be changing my hand over, kind of changing the ball shape here, as I said before. So the ball, coming here, see, coming in again. Using this whole core to connect down against it here now, rather than here. But this here, see, this hand's not just doing nothing, like feeling the balance here. See here, see? Or feel here, bring it in. Feeling that I can go really deep if I want to. I can go like really, really deep and do it, but I'm not trying to do that kind of exercise. I'm just saying when you're outside in the street, this is the kind of workout you do, but I'm trying to say when you're on the street, you don't need to exaggerate like that. You just naturally, when you're going about your daily business, walking down here, something here, I can just feel the line in when I'm walking around in here. Usually when I'm outside, I can feel the fresh air around me, and I can feel this, see, for every step I do, you know, I can feel where it could be a martial arts move. When I'm walking down the street, I'm just feeling the energy beside my shoulders here, my hips, my spine, my waist, see, could turn around here, could be anything, could be like any time. I'm blocking from here. As long as you can feel your power, see? I'm not talking about so blocking. So you're just feeling the line. And when I come back to it, so when I come back to it, I can always bring the energy in, see? I can always exaggerate like this, bring it in and bring it here, see? But I can always bring it back down into myself, so into the centre, feeling that. Into my feet, the bottom of my feet here. This hand's to relax here, see? What can we bring it up to that, you can see? Here, crossing it here, see? Twisting slightly, see? And then when I go into steps and stuff, see? Or leaning when I'm stepping forward, you see? So when I'm walking in the street and I'm just doing my own business, walking around, I can just feel this energy. I don't know how much I don't know if you're still watching this video or you've turned it off because it's boring, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. I can feel the same way in the morning when you stretch up and stuff, you just feel good, comfortable. Yeah, bro. Through your back, you know. What else? And just feeling that line. So I'm saying, feeling that line of your energy. This is very, very important. Bring it into here, pushing it out, so you bring it in. Put it out, you put it so naturally. I know a lot of people will watch what I'm doing here and they'll say, well, that's just bullshit, man. You know, you need to do proper Tai Chi and all this, you know, all this stuff. I know that. I'm not saying I want to do that. I'm saying feeling the actual truth of who you are. Feeling the truth of, where you stand. Breathing. That's why people do like Qigong exercises and stuff. They're standing there like this and just, you know, stances and stuff. So I'm just saying, you know, just feeling every essence. So I'm saying, feeling the essence of it. So it's very hard to put into words. See, opening up here, see, from here. See, from here. Any purposes it might be from here. See, all this kind of thing. Like you said in barbed wire, for example, but it's like I'm not doing an exact style. You see, from my fingers here. So from here, see, coming out again. Learning to feel that angle, see. So from here, I'm it's low, see, if I'm. So, up again. Just feeling that angle. I don't know if you understand what I'm fucking trying to say to you. Because you know, see, feeling the actual line. When you're training martial arts, you need to feel the whole energy of your whole body, right? Your whole line. I know it doesn't make any sense what the fuck I'm saying in this video. So from here, but what I'm trying to say is, listen. No, I'm joking. What I'm trying to say is, you know, learn to feel in tune with your body more. You know what I mean? Just mind, body, and spirit. So that when you're in your daily life, when you're not doing these moves, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can feel the actual angle. You know, when I'm walking up and down staircases, for example, in the block coming home, I will literally feel that. You know, I will literally feel. One day I'll have to bring the camera and show you what I do on the staircase. That'll be a real trip, yo. You might see the old bums there with the drunken beer cans sitting watching me too. And I'll be there with a cup of tea. You know, don't spill the tea, you know what I mean? Don't spill the tea, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like, you're holding it, you know, you be there and you just literally be feeling every step, you know. I can't show you here because there's no step, but you know what I mean? Just walking, wherever I might be, when I get into a certain position, when I'm like pushing myself up that step, I will like keep my weight low and easy and balance and put every bit of my essence all up into that step. So when you're doing that Tai Chi step, for example, I might be doing that one step here, see? I might bring my whole body in, see? Keep trying to keep it level, you know what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? See? If I'm turning in, see if I won't be going like that, so I'll be keeping it level, you see what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? Well, here from here, see? Bringing it in again, see? So I'm trying to say that's like real essence of Tai Chi anyway. When you see people doing that real Tai Chi, when they're doing that, that's what it's about, you see? Feeling the balance about of your body, see? That's what it says is good for your health. Why is it good for your health? Not just because it's some... You don't just listen to someone tell you, someone says to you, well, that's good for your health, do it. Well, that's good for self-defense, do it. That's no, you've got to listen to exactly what the hell you're doing. You know? So when you feel this, not exaggerating so big always, even like that, depends. Just coming in, you know, see, just making sure you're exercising all of your joints, your muscles, your bones, you know, your body, you know, feeling that angle, the energy, feeling that, you know, balance of yourself, bringing it back into yourself here, see, not just pushing out like here, feeling the in, the out, you know, using trees or whatever it might be something like a door frame, like I say, train here, to train your actual alignment, your footwork, your thighs, just so you can stand strong in the real world, you know, here, see, not just for show, I'm not balancing my back up here, see, not like that, see, like that, but right here, see myself, see, coming here. There's a very famous Shaolin master in Shaolin Temple. I'm not a very big fan of the guy, I don't know his name exactly, but it's a guy who you will see like training on rooftops and that early in the mornings. He does it every day, and he trains upstairs too when he's walking up the staircases. Literally, I've seen this guy, check it out, okay? I'll give you a better pointer. Go straight to the first series of Kung Fu Quest, okay, Kung Fu Quest, and it's the Shaolin Temple episode, the one about Shaolin Kung Fu. You'll see the monk there. He's practicing a lot of breathing. You'll see the guy working all these kind of free-flowing moves. They don't look so good and flashy, but it's like you can feel that he's really in tune with his steps. Like it's like Tiger Kung Fu almost, you know, Tiger. Like we've been doing a lot of Tiger recently, right, guys? You know, and you'll find the essence there in all these different martial arts. In Tai Chi, it could be Crane, whatever you say, karate, and that. But you said balance, bring it back to the self. Not concerned about what it looks like as such, a monkey or whatever the hell you're doing. But, you know, as long as you can use it to defend yourself, as long as you can feel balance. And this guy is, you know, this guy is really in tune with his centre, you know. He's like really, when he's walking up the staircases and stuff, okay, for example, you'll see him with every step, taking those steps up this rocky staircase of a mountain, and you'll see him like really working his steps, and when he's coming up, he's not losing his balance, one leg, and doing martial art moves as he's going up the stairs, you know, anything like that, you know. Wow. Thinking of how to fight so that you don't get thrown down the stairs, you chuck the other guy, you know, it comes a battle. We don't want to fight, but, you know, so we're learning, and he's like training on the rooftops and stuff, and you see him training all this kind of essence, you know, so as long as you can feel your roots, you know, and do exercises, squats and things every day, make your legs strong, breathe, feel the connection of your waist moving, for a different movement like locks and strikes, and you can feel that, and stretch out again, don't be too rigid, you know, and that way, you'll understand a lot more. But it does take some understanding of like Chinese systems that come through. I must say that I've been lucky to have some long fist wushu, basic bagua, and a little bit of Tai Chi training. So I've incorporated it all into my training with the animal styles I learned before, plus karate and the Wing Chun I do. So for me, I just flow naturally with the martial arts I know, you know. But I just take that into the real world around me, you know. And just don't think about it, just come naturally, you know. Could be whatever kind of way it's going to be. So any position could be a martial arts move. I'm not doing the exact style, just feeling the line, working, see, on this line here, crossing up, come over here from the line, see, working the lines here, see, behind me, whatever it might be. And it comes to the point where you say, you know, you can feel it, and it's hard to just express. What I'm doing here is a very, very, very limited demonstration for you, because it is so weak compared to what I usually do when I'm training alone and when I'm outside in the real world. When I'm really out, I can feel the energy around me so naturally. Even when I'm doing nothing, I just feel it, nothing. I just feel it when I'm doing just every day, going to work like this, walking, I just feel it, going to work, I just feel the energy in my body now, I can feel it, you know. It's just there, I can just already, you know, if I start to lose my balance, if I'm on the bus, for example, walking up some stairs, or whatever it might be, I can just feel that. Even when I'm not moving, I can even feel it, the sounds all around me on the street, all my senses are enhanced, I can just feel that energy around me and it's coming back to me and reflecting out from my personality, and then I'm just totally in control, and nothing can break through this water. So I'm in the centre of it all, you know. Okay, so feel that energy there. This was coming up, this was coming down. Feel the yin and yang, the in, the out. See, that's kind of big there, exaggerate. So it depends how you want to do it. So you can feel the big, the small. See? Yeah, so I can feel the energy coming from my leg here. See, from here, coming from the elbow. All this kind of thing I've told you before, I think. You know, here, see. So when I'm working all the lines, you see, I'm not just doing it for a show. It's very, very hard for me to show. Basic thing like the wrists and stuff, doing exercises when I can. Out and about, outside, I can be still doing this. So I won't be doing kung fu on the street like a crazy man all the time. I don't mean that. But I'm just saying I'm working all the lines, you know, and I'm really aware of my movement. Into the palms, into my back, my waist, everything. That's what I'm doing. Feeling the actual angle, okay? So think about your balance and your centre. And don't think about it as such. Let it come to you when you're outside on the street and think this is a martial arts position. Just do it. Think this is, when you're outside on the bus holding a bar, when you're losing your balance on the bus or whatever it might be, or walking up some stairs, just think, oh God, this is martial arts. You know, just stand up and get into a position again. And you just feel it, oh yeah, this could be a block, man, this could be up stepping here, and you start to learn that it doesn't matter, it doesn't take any shape or form as such, it's just formless and shapeless, like Bruce Lee said. You know, like water, you just feel it, what it is, and it just is what it is. You just let it come into being, you start to understand yourself more. All these flows and stuff we do with our hands and all these different positions, it becomes like all one. You don't need to even think about it, it just comes. See, I can feel the energy between my hands here, see? Power in and strike, see? Elbow, here. Over there, he grabs my wrist, I just turn straight over and go into a lock. And I'll step there, or I'll be kicking, or whatever it might be, you know? Or kicking, pulling him in. And you can just feel the energy. That's the good way to improve your martial arts. Feel the centre here, see? You know, compact that in. Blocking here, see? Come out again here. Over here, my palm now, see? Here, see fingers again, it might be that. See? This kind of thing with crane, so okay here. Or here, see? See? Sinking, low, see? Grabbing into your arms, you go into a lock where my business is relaxed. Totally relaxed. See? When I walk in my daily life, I'm not doing martial art moves, but I can feel this balance around me. I'm blocking with this, but whatever it might be, grabbing the hold behind, someone grabbing me, his elbows in, I can just feel my back. I'm inflating and deflating. So I say, through here, see? He pushes my elbows, I let that absorb in, I can hit him. Cross that out, feel the line. We're coming in, see? So from here, open up, see again, see? Might be up, raising him up, if he's going to push up, raise his elbow up, if he's going to come back down, raise that, bring that back down. See? I just feel the energy as I'm walking, my feet are coming together with me, see? I turn over, might be from here. I just feel exactly where it's going to go. I don't even need to think, I just feel the energy around me. A kind of hypnotic state, but I'm just feeling the line. You know? So some people do exaggerating, for example, doing moves, but I'm just saying, you know, you see with the ball in your hands and everything else, I've said before, you know, you just feel this, as though this ball's here in front of you, for example. From here, whatever angle it's going to go, see, from here might be, see, whatever angle it might be, see, when you're doing martial art moves, I'm saying, it looks like crazy to some people until they get clocked, you know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, until they get clocked. Here's the power, smack, knocking the teeth out, you know. Self-defense, I'm saying. Bam, bang, that's it, come straight in, kick back. You don't think in a fight, there's no time to think. So in life, any situation, you can't be standing like that, casually pushes your balance. Make sure you're able to sink back into balance again from any position. So you step from there, see? Any angle, you can feel it, like there's ropes and wires tied to every part of your body, and you're able to control them and pull these weights around with your whole structure. And you're in water almost, and you are controlling the hole in the centre of the water, which is you. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that line. This is what I'm talking about. I'm saying really deep if you want to go, whatever, see. If you want to go deeper, but I'm just trying to say, just working the simple moves. And here, see, he grabs my wrist, I just carry that arm off, see. Wherever my wrist, step on his foot, see. Go down to a lock, see. Elbow, wherever it might be, pa, pa. Every move can be a martial art move. Blocking, here, striking, bam, go back at boxing again, boom, boom, boom. Whatever you want to do, this is naturally at the time. So here's it. Hands ready to guard always, but just so soft and not deliberate, so natural. He comes to push, he grabs onto my arms, he grabs onto my two wrists, I just sink. Whatever way he comes, he starts pushing this arm, absorb it in to a strike, a lock, control whatever it's going to be. Any way he controls my arm, I just go with the flow. I can grab his wrist too. And when he starts being deliberate, he starts making himself open to attacks and making himself strong. Watching the footwork, I might absorb him in, then step back out and throw him back out. Like real Tai Chi, you see. I might go in, grab that wrist, he starts to push me, I might absorb that in and go very easily into a wrist lock. He starts to go the other way, use my whole body, my shoulder. Back with that, see. I might go into a double hand too, against that even. Against his wrist there. Kicking him at bay, you know, or pulling him in to the wall, wherever it might be, you know. And going always moving to the outside, as I say. See, so working your whole structure. Anywhere you are in a real life situation, you're outside up here, you know, at work, wherever, you know, you start to lose your balance, you fall off that way, don't you see? I've said before, somebody with their arm like that, somebody resting like that, see? If my hand's slightly up, you push my elbow up, I go falling in, see? Or my hand's slightly down, push that up there, see? Or I'm falling back there, see? It's the same thing, that was a minute, you keep pushing me back. So you need to feel the balance where it is, you know, and feel it, and bring it back to the self, and don't be so exaggerated, keep it to the self naturally, see? So when somebody else, when you're attacking, you can see the whole bodily power, you can attack with your elbows, fists, elbow, block, whatever, palms, you know, knees, feet, all that in there, shoulders, your back, your weight's got to be utilised, but do basic exercises as I say. See, try and hear him just now, I wasn't aware of that, just come back in, see, feel that line there, block in there, see, we're just coming straight in for a punch, on the ankle, see, yeah, after I block that off, kick there, whatever, make him block that and smack in the head, he's pushing into me, see, the same way I was like pushing the wall, I block that down, my face goes flying in, right? So he's pushing me, I block that to the side, he's falling that way anyway, see? Crack. or grab that there, you know, and crack something. So it's very easy when you start understanding those kind of moves, thinking out the positions of whatever martial art you do, and start practicing in this kind of relaxed fashion. When you're outside, when you're practicing a load, I'm saying, and then when you're outside, you start to understand, see, how to, you can feel that energy with you anywhere you are in the world, and that's what it's got to be, always with you in the world, because you don't know when you might use it or be able to, but regardless of that, it's helping you, you know what I mean, yeah? So another little kung fu lesson there for you guys, yeah? So, how I'm talking about, yeah? See, see what I'm saying? See, bring it in, and bring it in, out, so bring all the energy in. So, from here, so crazy, relaxing again, coming from here. So my waist is all into it, see? So kind of bring it in, coiling up, then see I can bat it out again to the centre. Whatever kind of martial art I'm doing, see? All around here to the palm. Yeah. To the fingers, all of it. I can feel, it looks like fucking crazy to some of you, you're tiger, you want power to grip, you know, but it's like, you understand what you're doing, you're not just playing around dancing in the room. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm trying to say is, he's grabbing onto me or whatever, I can just absorb that in, use my whole body to chuck him back, see, I might just cross him up, step in, see, bam, use my whole body to twist him, and send him flying back there. If his arms outstretched again, I might go into another arm lock, a wrist lock, lock him into that, kick him in, or pull him back in for a kick, you know. So this depends on what? This depends on your understanding of like martial art moves in general, you know what I mean? Martial art movements in general. You've got to understand basic blocks, you know, and positions, and good if you have some knowledge of like cutters and forms, applications, some different kinds of locks, blocking drills, locking drills, basic sparring kind of techniques, all of it's useful. And then basic like drilled moves, you know, and that. It's all useful. If you understand some basics though, in like Shaolin or like Qigong, Tai Chi, and understanding, feeling the centre and like, that's good too as well. You know, you've got to have your fitness level, but it's like feeling that root and base, you know, I keep saying, you know, like I'm talking about here. You know, like internal styles like Chinese Kung Fu, Kung Fu, it's really good, you know, but finding good teachers can be hard. I know that, but, you know, I'm trying to share my little bit with you guys, what I've learned in my life. So gathering the energy around me, drawing circles, bringing it back to my centre, basically. Then the negative pass on the outside, the positive comes to the inside. And I'm always deflecting whatever I'm doing, these circles in and out, this way, vertical, horizontal, wherever it might be, all angles, all different lines, circles and straight lines, as Larry Tatum said, you know, all that crossing on that centre line there, Wing Chun, simplicity, you know, and bigger moves, like exaggerating, like big, other fancier moves, you know, for this sort of line work. But it's like when it comes to the point, you can feel all the energy coming together. So I can feel, see, I can feel it literally, I can literally feel it. Otherwise, what am I doing this show? I can feel it when I'm stepping there, see, like, so I feel my hand here, and my legs are like coming in, see? See, kind of here. See? Feel it behind my hook, behind here, see? Well, here, see, right here, see? I'll feel that. But not just like out for show, like, feel the balance, where's there more weight? It can't be like totally on this side, I'll fall back. But I can't be like just like that for the show. I want to, and then I'm too much on the sides, so I want to make it more small and natural maybe. See? It's hard for me to show you, like, you know what I mean, in a certain way that's going to let you understand a certain technique or method straight away. I'm just showing you simple ways how to control your body. So from here, then back from the legs, see, might from here, so might go from here, so you might feel the whole angle of the line from the leg up to the arms, whatever it might be, see. Down from my fist now, here, see. This hand, not for show, like, bringing the energy up, as I'm gathering energy here from the ground, sinking on that root, but bringing his in. And this could be like guarding my face here, so it could be a block even, so it could be like sinking smaller. It could be like punching straight into the hip or the gut, slightly bent too for guard, not just like that, see. Might be, see how you go. Or that kind of over, see. Kind of a lock, see. You just bringing your hands together, bringing the in and the out, the yin and the yang, the two hips, the legs. So I'm saying, bringing it all in. So you're not just raising up like that, flying. So you've got to be. See, the up and the down's got to connect too. So with the waist. There'll be people watching this video will say, that's just bullshit, man. That's not real Tai Chi. Go and learn something, man. But I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying I know what I'm doing. I'm telling you to know what you're doing. Don't just go and learn from these guys who don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because I'm not telling you, you don't know what you're doing. I'm just showing you, on this, to do this. I'm just saying, I don't know what you're doing. Someone blocks the hand, block the elbow, goes straight for a strike, grab the elbow, gives lock here, see? And you know where it's coming, his whole body's falling into you. Maybe step away, let him spin. Control that. That comes, he's coming to hit you again, block the other hand, see? So hit the open areas. I'm grabbing onto you. See, are you able to divert those arms away, stepping, you know what I'm saying? Block that off, push out, He comes to grab, hit me here, full pocket going. See, straight in. Might be from here, parry that, smack there. Bam, he hits that, he blocks that, strike in the head. Cover straight over, elbow strike, bam. Someone comes from behind, grab. Someone on the side there, grab his hand, hit, back fist, elbow, whatever it might be. Crack the arm, kick out. So you use your whole body, but don't put yourself in a show and push yourself on balance. Make sure you sink into it naturally, let it come in. As long as it doesn't hurt you, that's the most important thing, As long as it doesn't hurt you, that's the most important thing. He's coming into it, pushing me in, and let him come in out here. He's kind of pushing me here, and let it go here, see? He's pushing me out here. How can he? But I'll go out, still saying, is he? His hands up here, I might go duck into that. Or go low, punch in the gut, see? Step away, boom. Hand still there and smash here. Uppercut, elbow to the up punch there. Just step, bend that arm, and I come stepping back in. Fling him straight back into the door, kick there. See, that's all good in theory, Richard, but it ain't going to work. Yeah, fuck what I'm saying, fuck all my theories here. It ain't about theory, it ain't about your theory either. I don't care if you're MMA or whatever the fuck you are, how strong you are, how thin I am. But it ain't about theory, you've got to feel what you know and feel it. And feel it and make it work. Because how many times, even experts, even MMA or whoever the fuck, or traditional kung fu people like myself, or martial artists, anyone, in anything in life, in fact, how many times have you been doing something, in theory, it just is totally different to actually when you get in the ring, and you get in there, it's just totally different. I'm going to work this game, how I'm going to do it, they call it ground game and all this nowadays. I'm just saying, right, whatever you do, it doesn't always work that way, you've got to make it work for you. Someone can grab onto my hands, and I'll try it out, I feel the force, he's just pushing into me, I feel the force, his arms are open, I'll kick straight up, one arm starts swinging back in, I'll swing over there, see, as long as it's not hurting me, as long as I'm able to block, you know what I'm saying, he's grabbing onto my wrist here, he's pushing in, I want to, of course, absorb it in and pull him into my own strike, or just slam him in another direction here, or lock that up, kick the rib, crack that, chuck him, sweep the foot away, smash his head into the wall, kick the back of the neck, whatever you might think is flashy, but whatever you can do, kick the back of the knees, or just do that, he breaks, as soon as he lets go, you go straight into your pounding, boxing, whatever you want to do, Yeah, but it's like naturally, see, you start to pull my wrists, I just go with it. I don't just walk into another fist or walk into a kick. I keep my guard and make it as though he's definitely locking himself up. But of course, this comes with understanding of different martial arts. For me, it's a lot of Wing Chun and basic Tai Chi principles. If you've got more understanding of karate, ninjutsu, whatever it might be, aikido, hapkido, taekwondo, different systems out there, good for you. Muay Thai for striking. You might want to work it all in. But with different kinds of locks and stuff, see, he grabs my hand, he just push it down. He comes to grab my hand over, so I might grab his, whatever you see. And you can control it. Sometimes he might grab your wrist and you might say, well, why is he going to push my wrist down like that? You might want to do that. As soon as he does that, you can punch up high. Or he might let go and smack you in the face. So what you can do is you trap that down. And when you're doing that, your two hands are busy, he can hit you with the other hand. So that's why we go, he pulls my hand down, I back fist, so he might block with the other hand, but then he lets go of that one and strikes me. So it'd be better when he grabs me to make sure that I grab that one and go to the other side if I can. If he grabs my two hands now, if he grabs this hand, I go to strike and he grabs that and he brings my two hands down like this, it doesn't matter because his hands are crossed up too. Plus I can also grab his wrists and go with that flow. If he wants to continue pushing in with either side, crossed up or not, it doesn't matter. When he's coming in with a step, see, when he might be kicking or whatever it might be, or moving to the side, away, see, wants to push up, I go up. You know what I'm saying? I might even be able to cross that, break one out, elbow in the gut, whatever it might be, kick, sweep the feet, be careful of his. So I use my shoulders locking against his too, sinking lower than him always, okay? Using my whole body but not being rigid, don't let him feel. You know? Regardless of who grabs who first, it's the exact same thing. Don't let it break free and hit you if you can. But it's like stick with him. That's why you practice a lot of sticky hand drills, like in Tai Chi when you practice the flow together and things like that, you know. And sticky hands in Wing Chun and pushing hand in Tai Chi. Why? Because so you can feel the connection of the hands. It doesn't matter when they grab onto your body here, or they grab your elbow, you just feel where it's going. It doesn't make a difference. He can't control you because he's just falling into the hole every time. Cross the out off, pushing back with your whole body. Not with power, he's already falling. He's falling in that direction, falling. And you say, how is he falling? He's not falling. Well, first of all, you've got to feel the flow, as I say. Even if he's standing here and he's controlling your hand with his hand, he's not falling, he's standing strong, but his hand, whatever direction it's going, that is a kind of falling. It's not hitting you because it's falling into a hole, because you're always becoming a hole constantly for it, okay? So he's coming in, as I said, you know, and that's it, he starts pulling my hand down. For example, one example, I might even go straight back up again, or our hands might meet, he might just grab my hand. As soon as he grabs you, start to go in a certain direction. Let that hand don't let that hand let go. What I mean by that is move in a certain direction maybe, or make him have to react so that he knows this hand is going to come up. So then, for example, then he'll want to go back down, right? What you really want to do is you want to make him go back down. So you hit up, he's grabbing up, you put the power in up so that he thinks you want to go up, he starts to go back down. At that moment, you immediately pull back down, so in that motion he's going. If he's continuing to push back up, then you go up and go with just follow him. It's like follow the leader, he's leading you. But he doesn't know he's leading himself to death. You're not trying to kill anybody, you're not just trying to say that, you know. Cross that up here, bam. Your hands are always up for defence, you see what I'm saying? I'll block that. Something else comes to attack, I use my elbow, so use my whole body. I don't open my gut up here though, so use for attack. So you know what I'm trying to say? You should use your whole body, you know what I'm trying to say? It's a different connection, different ways. Block, trap, strike, he blocks that, I grab that. It doesn't matter, as long as you're able to defend and go with the flow. So when you understand these kind of moves, be it Wing Chun, Tai Chi, whatever you're doing, these kind of concepts I'm saying, you can feel the energy in you when you're walking about on the street or wherever you are, you can kind of feel the line. Through the fingers even, there's one finger here, you can feel the line, my spine. See, I can feel the actual line, I can feel the actual where it's going to go down here, see. In here again, I can feel the line. It doesn't, suddenly you just understand it's not bullshit what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you see, I can feel my centre here. I'm not saying, a pussy, I'm just saying, see, you feel the line, see? I can feel my core centre of my body with this finger here. It's like a fencing almost, like a sword. So it's every angle. One slip up that sword will go another direction. It can't hit me, see? You're going to spin. This one coming back here, see, with palms even. Soft again, wide open. This time where I don't even need to move, it's just like, see, when I start to turn another step, I can feel naturally I need to change my position. Take another step in a funny angle. I can feel I'm off balance, you see, so I need to bring it back in. I need to feel the exact angle, you see what I'm trying to say to you? You know, as soon as I take my foot off the ground, I'm easy to be swept off the balance, you see. I need to sink, connect, stick to, you know, that, and control my footwork. It's a circle, I'm standing here, see? Like a crane almost, you see, here, see? I'll feel the line, see? With that, see? Tai Chi again, see, properly. With the ball that you learn, see? You learn what you're doing, see? That's what I'm saying to you. See, all these things are doing, see? Why do you think all these forms came from, all these positions in karate and whatever they do, you know? and Tai Chi, Kung Fu and systems in general. It comes from actually studying that. When I'm around, I need to block, see, against an arm, leg, see, someone going to strike me here, I just kick, see. If you can see me here, like door frames and stuff, see I'm here, bam, I can strike here, chop in. I often train on my door frames and trees, not striking so hard with that, no. Feeling that line, work my knee, guarding here, see, wow, all that. Working in, see, bam, parry that, boom, boom. Snap, what are you thinking about where the legs are, the hands are, everything, see. Pull that arm off, shoulder bump, or elbow. Pull that down here, see? Sit down there, see, boom. Someone grab me from behind, elbow that, or come under his arm. Here, see, step back, or sweep that back, sweep back, see? Here, see, sweep him, slice that through, see? Or knee behind his knee, whatever it might be, shoulder bump. Grab that, crack, see? Friend, there. Or over the hip, see? No. Elbow across the ribs, punch the head. So I'm saying here, or chuck him straight into that guy there. Also again, guarded with the knees and things anyway. Elbow that guy, oh, elbow, see, elbow there, see. Working it all, see, straight there. Not exaggerating just for the sake of doing it, you know, just, but feeling the line. Well, the last thing, can't be that too exaggerated here, see.